that what we have seen so far is nothing compared to what is coming ahead, because he showed me accurately the kind of weapon, one, that will be made available in the hands of the civilian, the citizen. How comes they come across such a weapon, I have no idea. But I saw specifically the kind of weapon that will be made available in the hands of men. Secondly, I saw that this violence that has been in the past years is most committed. Now, please, try to understand me. I'm speaking accurately on what I saw. From the past years, the Lord showed me that this violence will be caused more by foreigners, because the Lord said he wants to speak to Sweden because they have not listened to the genuine prophet in the past. The warning he gave to them, that they have turned away from the genuine way of serving the Lord. So he said, since they have not listened to the prophet of the land, he's going to bring strangers to speak to them, not as a prophet, but to chastise them. And this chastisement was to bring in foreigners that will come both good and bad. And the bad will bring so much violence in the nation. They will alter the peace that has been in the nation, and they will make the nation look like a place where there is no law and where there is no government.
Det är allt ifrån poliser i yttre tjänst, och det är kriminaltekniker, det är utredare av grova brott, det är analytiker, IT-forensiker, vi har teknikspanare för telefonavlyssning och liknande saker. Så det är väldigt många kvalificerade resurser som vi hjälper Stockholm med.
Har ni haft så här mycket folk tidigare placerade i Stockholm?
Inte över så här lång tid så har vi inte legat och rullat på den här typen av resursuttag.
Men hur går det då med utredningarna i Norrland om brott och sådana saker då man har folk i Stockholm?
Ja, men det får konsekvenser. Vi måste låta viktiga utredningar vänta, och vi kan inte utreda med det tempo som vi annars skulle ha gjort. Vi måste hjälpa till med dödsskjutningarna i Stockholm, och vi måste hjälpa till att hantera den här extrema våldsvågen vi har. Men det får konsekvenser för våra egna utredningar.
Ja, här bakom oss så är det ett ganska stort område som har spärrats av här i Tumba. Vi räknar till kanske 5-6 polisbilar. 2 skåpbilar, alltså med bombtekniker, är också på plats. Det man gör nu, det är att dels har man evakuerat människorna som bor här, men man gör också en kartläggning för att se vilka människor.
The darkness in Europe draw nigh. So before, I think almost a year ago, for more than a year ago, the Lord reveals to me, I saw darkness which is coming to Europe. War. And this war which is coming to Europe, which one has already happened, is a war which we have it already now, is Ukraine and Russia. This is over 2 years ago, which the Lord told me. I saw the darkness and I saw the war. This war is going to be physically, as it already started, but the Holy Spirit spoke to me that the darkness draw near. And I believe it's from what he showed me, because this darkness is going to be not only physical war, but it's going to be spiritual war against the Christian. So we need to pay attention. I'm saying this on the 16th of January 2023. If the first war has started already, which no one believes, in Ukraine and Russia, which is still going on, the Lord said the darkness draw nigh in Europe.
And across Turkey for the second day in a row. Protesters furious at the Swedish government. At issue, the burning of a Quran outside the Turkish embassy in Stockholm.
But this man wants me to go on and burn the Quran immediately, and I think that is a completely reasonable request.
The man behind it is Rasmus Paludan, a Danish politician, the leader of a far-right anti-Islam party that has no seats in the Danish parliament. There were seemingly more police than protesters at the demonstration, but the fact it was sanctioned at all has Turks up in arms. It's unacceptable that Swedish authorities are allowing such kind of provocative action in front of an embassy, said this protester. We cannot accept the burning of a Quran under the umbrella of freedom of expression and human rights, added this politician. The Swedish foreign minister has called the burning appalling, but a more blunt message in the window of the Swedish consulate at Istanbul. We do not share that book-burning idiot's view. A diplomatic row between Sweden and Turkey has far-reaching international consequences, even for Canada. Sweden dumped its policy of neutrality after Russia's invasion of Ukraine and asked to join NATO. But the only way into the alliance? Approval from all 30 members, including Turkey. The Turkish government has given a long list of demands to the Swedes, including the banning of Kurdish groups that are outlawed in Turkey and considered terrorist groups by the US and EU, as well as extraditing alleged Kurdish fighters living in Sweden. The Swedes say they can't fulfill all of Turkey's demands, but they're still confident they'll be let into NATO.
We believe very strongly that we have done what was being asked by us, and we do not see any reason for the ratification not to start.
Canada was the first country to approve Sweden's NATO membership, but it looks like in the end, it will be up to Turkey to decide if they'll get in. Mackenzie Gray, Global News, Ottawa.
So that was what he revealed to me in the past. But this time around, it will not be only foreigners that will have possession of weapons. It will be also the native of the land. I saw them also. They will have sophisticated weapon. And I believe this weapon that came to their hand, it is because of the violence that the foreigners have brought into the land, the strangers and the dealing that they have, that it will cause them, it will push them to go out to equip themselves to resist what the people from outside have brought in. And this will lead to so much violence like how we see in the United States. So that's what he showed me accurately. And the last thing he revealed to me was this, why I was prophesying to the people, because there were people around me when I was speaking this word, reminding them of the past prophecy and the present prophecy which was revealed to me immediately when I was talking to them. And the last thing was this, that the Lord said. He said that the police of Sweden, because of the increase of violence, they will not know what to do, but they will go and search for the ancient prophecy. Now, this is the exact word the Lord spoke, that the police will go back because of the increase of violence to search on the ancient prophecy. Personally, I have no idea about any ancient prophecy.
Just hours after Turkey called off a visit by Sweden's defense minister to the country over anti-Turkey protests, Rasmus Paludan, a far-right politician, burned Quran, a holy book of Muslims, near the Turkish embassy in Stockholm. Paludan's protest was held under heavy police protection while he attacked Islam and immigration in Sweden. Turkey had asked Sweden to reconsider its decision to give permission to Paludan to go ahead with the protest. Turkey's defense minister had earlier said the scheduled January 27th visit by his Swedish counterpart no longer held any importance or point because Sweden continued to allow quote-unquote disgusting demonstrations against Turkey. Several Arab countries, including Saudi Arabia, United Arab Emirates, Jordan and Kuwait, denounced the Quran banning in Sweden. The Organization of Islamic Cooperation bloc said the provocative action targets Muslims, insults their sacred values, and serves as further example of the alarming level reached by Islamophobia, and asked Sweden to punish those behind the hate crime. At the same time, hundreds of protesters gathered in front of the Swedish consulate in Istanbul and set the Swedish flag ablaze. Despite a separate protest in Ankara, a crowd gathered in front of the Swedish embassy and left a black wreath in front of the embassy building with the inscription, "Say stop to Islamophobia." Sweden and its neighbor Finland are hoping to join NATO, dropping decades of military non-alignment in response to Russia's invasion of Ukraine. But they need the consent of Turkey, who is a member of the alliance, to join. Ankara says its approval is conditional on Swedish steps to extradite people it accuses of terrorism or of having played a part in the 2016 coup attempt against Recep Tayyip Erdogan. Turkey says Sweden has not done enough to crack down on the Kurdish groups Ankara views as terrorists.
Kontroll, är det din bild?
Ja, de har kontroll i bemärkelsen att de vet ju vad som händer och de griper människor och så. Sen har vi ju lärt oss under lång tid att fälla människor är otroligt svårt. Inte minst när många människor vägrar berätta vad som har hänt efteråt. Så att, jag tror att den här förstärkningen visar också att de tar också det här på otroligt stort allvar. Sen är ju problemet att man då flyttar poliser från andra ställen. Då blir det ju andra delar av landet som också har mycket våld som blir av med poliser. Så att det är en väldigt dålig situation där.
Du är inne på uppklarningen där. Ett problem som har kopplats då till gängbrotten är uppklarningsstatistiken. Sverige hade över 60 dödsskjutningar under fjolåret. En uppklarningsprocent på cirka 20%. Behöver regeringen ställa hårdare krav på polisen att klara upp fler brott?
Ja, om det vore så enkelt att man kunde säga till polisen att klara upp fler brott. Jag tvivlar inte ett ögonblick på att polisen gör precis allt de kan med de verktyg de har. Men det är ju väl känt att vi behöver fler verktyg. Det är därför vi gör de här sakerna också nu med anonyma vittnen till exempel som gör att fler kan våga prata med polisen eller med domstolar. Man ska kunna avlyssna proaktivt, det vill säga kunna veta vad som händer innan det händer, visitationszoner. Det är ju ganska långtgående insatser vi nu gör som man kan kritisera för att man kan tycka till exempel att det bryter mot integritetsregler. Det är avvägningar som vi måste göra. Jag tycker vi har kommit nu så långt i den här utvecklingen att vi måste göra även saker och ting som vi inte gjorde tidigare i Sverige. Det här är som någon sa häromdagen, det här är vår tids inhemska terrorister. Då måste man möta dem tycker jag som om de vore terrorister som vi har sett i tidigare historien.